Today our topic is the best time management hacks from philosophy. Time is one of the most valuable things we have, but it's also something we often waste without realizing it. Many of us feel like there's never enough time to do everything we want or need to do. But what if I told you that philosophers from thousands of years ago already had the answers to managing time better? They didn't have smartphones, calendars, or productivity apps, but they understood how to use time wisely. Let's explore some of the best time management hacks from philosophy and see how we can apply them to our lives today. First, let's talk about the ancient Stoics. Stoicism is a philosophy that teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. When it comes to time management, this idea is incredibly powerful. The Stoics believe that time is the only thing we truly own, and everything else, money, possessions, even relationships, can be taken away. But time, once it's gone, is gone forever. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." He believed that people often complain about not having enough time, but the truth is we waste so much of it on things that don't matter. The Stoics would tell us to focus on what's important and let go of distractions. For example, instead of spending hours scrolling through social media, we could use that time to learn something new, spend time with loved ones, or work on a project that matters to us. The key is to prioritize what's truly important and let go of what's not. Another great time management hack comes from the philosophy of mindfulness, which is rooted in Buddhism. Mindfulness teaches us to live in the present moment. Many of us spend too much time worrying about the future or regretting the past, and this takes us away from the present. When we're not fully present, we're not using our time effectively. For example, if you're at work but constantly thinking about what you'll do after work, you're not giving your best to the task at hand. Mindfulness encourages us to focus on what we're doing right now. Whether it's work, spending time with family, or even just eating a meal. By being fully present, we can make the most of every moment. This doesn't mean we shouldn't plan for the future, but it does mean we shouldn't let our thoughts about the future or past take over our present. A simple way to practice this is to take a few minutes each day to just breathe and focus on the present moment. This can help you feel more calm and focused, which in turn helps you manage your time better. Another important philosophy that can help us manage time better is the idea of Memento Mori, which means remember that you will die. This might sound dark, but it's actually a very powerful way to think about time. The idea is to remind ourselves that life is short and we don't know how much time we have left. This can help us prioritize what's truly important and stop wasting time on things that don't matter. For example, if you knew you only had a year to live, would you spend it watching TV or arguing with people online? Probably not. You'd likely focus on spending time with loved ones, pursuing your passions, and doing things that bring you joy. The concept of Memento Mori doesn't mean we should live in fear of death, but rather that we should use the awareness of our mortality to make better choices about how we spend our time. It's a reminder to live fully and intentionally. Now let's talk about the philosophy of Aristotle, who believed in the concept of eudaimonia, which means living a good and fulfilling life. Aristotle thought that the key to a good life is to use our time wisely by developing our virtues and talents. He believed that everyone has a purpose, and that we should spend our time working toward that purpose. For example, if you're a writer, your purpose might be to create stories that inspire people. If you're a teacher, your purpose might be to help students learn and grow. Aristotle would say that the best way to manage your time is to focus on activities that align with your purpose and help you grow as a person. This doesn't mean you have to work all the time, but it does mean you should spend your time on things that matter to you and contribute to your growth. This could mean setting aside time each day to work on a project you're passionate about, or taking a class to learn a new skill. By aligning your time with your purpose, you will feel more fulfilled and make better use of your time. Another time management hack comes from the philosophy of minimalism. Minimalism is about simplifying your life by focusing on what's essential and letting go of what's not. When it comes to time management, this means cutting out activities and commitments that don't add value to your life. Many of us fill our schedules with too many tasks, meetings, and obligations, leaving little time for what really matters. Minimalism teaches us to say no to things that don't align with our priorities. For example, if you're constantly saying yes to social events even when you're tired or overwhelmed, you might want to start saying no more often. This doesn't mean you should never go out or have fun, but it does mean you should be more intentional about how you spend your time. By simplifying your schedule and focusing on what's truly important, you'll have more time for the things that matter most to you. Another great time management hack comes from the philosophy of Epicurus, who believed that the key to happiness is to focus on simple pleasures and avoid unnecessary desires. Epicurus thought that many of us waste time chasing after things we don't really need, like money, fame, or material possessions. He believed that true happiness comes from enjoying the simple things in life, like spending time with friends, enjoying nature, or reading a good book. When it comes to time management, this means focusing on activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, rather than constantly chasing after more. For example, instead of working long hours to buy things you don't really need, you could work fewer hours and spend more time doing things you love. By focusing on simple pleasures, you will not only feel happier, but you will also make better use of your time. Finally, let's talk about the philosophy of discipline, which is a key part of many philosophical traditions, including Stoicism and Buddhism. Discipline is about self-control and doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. When it comes to time management, discipline is essential. It's easy to procrastinate or get distracted, but if you want to make the most of your time, you need to stay focused and disciplined. This means setting goals and sticking to them, even when it's hard. For example, if you want to write a book, you need to set aside time each day to write, even if you don't feel inspired. Discipline also means avoiding distractions like social media or TV when you're trying to work. By staying disciplined, you will be able to accomplish more and make better use of your time. In conclusion, philosophy offers many valuable lessons for managing time better. From the Stoics' focus on what's important to the Buddhist practice of mindfulness, these ideas can help us make the most of every moment. By remembering that life is short, aligning our time with our purpose, simplifying our schedules, and staying disciplined, we can use our time more wisely and live more fulfilling lives. So the next time you feel like you don't have enough time, remember these ancient wisdom and see how they can help you make the most of the time you have.